I actually remember, so when I was in Form 3, I actually got into this one drift in school, and when she came there, they had to flog me in front of the class. Okay, lame, you say you can bite my shoe, learn to celebrate.
When you are on the run, there was one time that I came back from, I think I came back from internship. One of my friends got me angry with something that I borrowed money. I came back to the house. I was so angry that my mother told me that I should go and buy her bunny fish. I spoke back at her. Boy.
You enjoy it.
No,
Nah, that's straight to ass beat like
Like, my mother will come to school and take down 4 guys. And then I'll stand there asking myself, I mean, you are the class, you want to go, I will hold you, go. I said, I go fit. So, disclaimer proposals. I beg. We're here, cops. We mean a police. Cops, not police. I beg. I go check, see, we talk about biological, we work out cops. The cops is the police, please.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Young Lamb Mind podcast, where we talk about everything and anything from the viewpoint of young adults. I'm your host, Fabrice OJ, and this is
African Rock.
Followed
John
by-
Dylan.
And Unapel.
And today's topic is going to be on how African parents discipline their children. So, Rock, how do African parents discipline their children on your perspective?
Well, it depends. Are we talking on how African parents discipline their children within the African milieu, or we are contrasting it to some other?
I think we are going to contrast. We're going to contrast because it's going to be interesting to see how they discipline their children on the Western side versus how we've been disciplined here.
Well, on that, I'll say African parents discipline their children. They have it's mostly based on the societal and the cultural, rooted in morals and all of that. And the discipline system doesn't range from just the parents. It has to do with the parents, uncle, aunt, and sometimes even includes the neighbors.
Yeah.
Doing the disciplinary work, and it's usually accompanied by some spanking that's open. Especially
Very loud voices
Yeah,
around.
my mom was she didn't joke with that. I actually remember this. So when I was in Form 3, I actually got into this one drift in school, and when she came there, they had to flog me in front of the class. Okay, lame, you say you can bite my shoe, learn to celebrate.
No, that is very normal. Very normal.
But in the African society, we can't do nothing.
That one is embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that one. Not there.
How do you think your mother will not beat you when you up?
Oh, bro.
Nah, but school. Man,
Yeah.
I'll beg in the house until wanna take it to
No.
school.
Nah.
She meets you in school.
She's not even the one, man. The report just had to meet her in the house, come to school, your son has done this.
There are some African
Like,
parents.
bad there.
Let's say I've had situations in school. It mostly happens in schools like, let's say, Kaskuma, where you have a lot of recalcitrant people there. In boarding school, you might not really see that type of thing. Or maybe some private schools. Mostly government school, where you have like the thousands of students in one class. You see one recalcitrant fellow do something like that, the principal will just call his mother. Or sometimes the child can even dodge school. Scenario. The child can even dodge school. Maybe go to some mango tree, go and be getting mango and stuff. And the mother is coming from the market and see her son shooting mango.
There's that toast from
Yeah,
that place.
then-
to
She
eat.
drag you from your
Na
ear
toasting.
to school.
As
Put
in
you in front of the
toasting
car.
up.
Say, some mother say, I saw my son doing this, doing that. Then they hold you there. I say, Mr. Master Teacher, give me your cane. They hold you there. I need 4 boys to back this boy up. I need to do teach him.
4 boys.
They will
Yes,
whip
now
you
you hold
well.
it from head to their hands and your
And
feet.
when they whip you like that, if you grow up and you are not straight, no, it means that your own problem is spiritual. You need to put you somewhere to go. Okay, it's really funny. I think our African parents they really do the job in discipline, in making us to be strict.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but in the Western world, they'll blame the parents, though. You know that now. They'll say the parent is not doing something right that way.
No, in the Western
You
world,
cannot really blame the parents.
yeah, it's a different system, you know. Like in the Western world, like I was saying, the African world, the discipline is based on the morals, the cultural content, based on bringing that up. But in the Western world, we find out it's more of an individual something. Only the parents of the child are like able to discipline the child and
Yeah.
caution them, and it usually has nothing to do with beating. It's more about restrictions or time. They give you a timeout or they give you certain restrictions for some certain
You're
things.
grounded.
Yeah, it's more about communication with the child, understanding, elevation. That's getting to know your emotions. What's your trouble? What's disturbing you? What's on your mind? Unlike in the African home, nobody gives a about that.
Don't care about
You
emotions.
shooting your life.
Up to
They don't
this
care
stage,
about
up to this
emotions, they'll
stage, I don't
flog
think
you.
I've ever had
What?
anybody sat me down and asked me, "What's going on? What's in your mind?
For what-
Are you
Who's
okay?"
mad?
Like
Who's
therapy.
mad?
Wait, me,
Nobody
No,
does that.
he has this but it's not like that. It's not actually the. Your mom
Yeah,
has
they'll
this
ask.
their own.
They'll ask.
She ask you something like, I say, hi, you should also, you don't show.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Hi,
yeah.
how school be day today? That kind of thing. They don't ask you that, well, how are you feeling? How's your head? No,
They don't give chop no. They ask you that question.
No. As long as they are,
You have
sometimes,
eaten.
sometimes, the point is that we don't even get depressed in Africa. You get depressed how? You get depressed and tell them that, I'm depressed, bullying me in school. For where?
Your mother will tell you to fight
How you
and
want
they're
to
bullying
go to
you.
Africa? That means say your mommy don't know how to cook.
Not even so.
Smart thing it you boy. They put a punch up with your phone. Matter don't clear. You scared. You don't finish chop so anger on. You don't know how you just smile. You the five of them.
You go play a ball. Go play a ball. Tell me go play. Today you can go and play. No problem.
Yeah, but I really think that African parents are really doing a great job in taking care of us. But some people really feel that the discipline is too much. Because I can remember when I was a bit younger, to stop a child from peeing on the bed is cane. That means if you are peeing on the bed, you know that how many years did it end for peace of bed now? I think that 5 years, 6 years. Voila. So when you're around 10 years and still peeing on the bed, no. I have my grandfather now.
Peace they bring arrive for school. I can't talk about school CDP.
He's of late now, but yes.
Papa.
He had a black rubber, I'm sure it was thick like this, this type of tube for gas, almost about 1 meter. When you pee on the bed, he's getting up at 5 o'clock. As you just see that stain, boy, it's four strokes from your dream. Then now it wakes you up in transition. That means pop, 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 pop. And then when you get up, you have to clean the bed. Then now you go and sun the mattress. And when he does that consecutively, you know peace
You
again.
be conscious. I mean, your dream. You remember that he's a kid.
You get up in a dream and feel that they're beating you because you feel as to pee, they go and pee. Because I see when the pee is coming, it's like impulse. I see the king that is coming to wake you up. So you must go and pee. If you don't have pee, oh Jesus.
But just pee at night, man.
But I would say the discipline in Africa, I would say it has its pros because you find out what we end up having very strong-minded people growing up because like this thing I heard this statement one from an African American say white people go to therapy, black people go to barber shops.
Yeah. That's where all our
No, I understood that statement, especially with women. Women are salon.
Yes, salon.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where
All headquarter, all matter the pass.
That's
Headquarter,
what
play matter the pass radio station.
Because from my own point of view about the discipline in African homes, it's advantageous in a way. A lot of people see it to be, it's too harsh or that's not how you treat a child. Because if our parents are not disciplined or the way we were disciplined, we will not be well mannered as we are.
Yeah,
We will not
but
be able to share our experiences freely because those disciplines actually taught us a lot of things. Taught us to be brave, taught us to resist pain. Even up to today, I cannot resist pain, but but just the thought of certain things. I was being flogged for stealing will make me not to steal again. I was being flogged for coming out, for coming back late to the house. I will not stay out again. So just
that means if you don't be a young Pablo Escobar.
where you're joking. Yeah, joking. No, I had my own site now. Stubborn
But
at some
in
point.
and all of that, there's a downside to it though, because if you look at it, despite the fact that we grew up having strong-minded persons and all, but we find out there's one part our communications become very timid. We don't know. We rarely know how to communicate. Yeah, that's why you find most Africans they believe in anger escalation.
Yeah.
The minute something is to escalate, because the thing is everything is a programming system. You grew up in that house where before the least thing happens, your mother is already at the top of her voice. If your father is getting involved, he's getting involved but with the cane.
Yeah.
You get it? If he's getting involved, it's a cane, your mother at the top of her voice. So those things are there. That's
You just grow, and then that's the same thing you do to your child. That's what your child does to his
so that
child.
toxicity is there. That's why I think to some part you see the black race actually has that violent tip.
But you know that if our parents are to like discuss with us concerning our problems. Let me say like you commit a crime and they're like, sit down, let's talk. A lot of children will not be straightforward
Yes,
due to that
we have
talking.
seen that.
We have seen that case, and the same is also the case. Those who discipline children, there are some children, the more you beat them, it's like
The
you're
more
telling
you
them, we are
do
go
it.
lose, go lose. Because I've won at some point in my life, I had that system, especially when I was innocent for something, and you got me punished. Me it was just like, okay, I never do it, you don't really nag me no. Now, so,
I'm gonna
Or
do
do
it.
it.
all we hear hot now. All we hear
Yeah,
that
that's
hot.
the thing.
There are some
So I
kids
have that kind of system.
who have that unique system of if you beat them, like my elder sister, if you when she was a kid, you beat her, she asks you why you beat her. If you cannot give her a reason for why you're beating her, then she holds the cane from you. From there you cannot beat her again. You have no right to. It's like she's the big person and you don't beat her anymore.
What? That what?
You don't beat her again.
Oh.
Talking with rights in the
Mama me,
Cameroon law.
You
Cameroon-
cannot say that out. You
Alright.
cannot say that out.
That was you as a boy.
When you are on the wrong. There was one time that I came back from, I think I came back from internship. One of my friends got me angry. It was something that I borrowed money. I came back to the house. I was so angry that my mother told me that I should go and buy her bonifice. I spoke back at her. Boy. Eh?
You enjoy it.
No, leave her.
Nah, that's straight to ass beat like.
Leave her. What she did not beat me immediately. She first of all, I don't know that how to she swallowed it and the tea was boiling in a way. I just saw her opening the door. It was hanger that she had wrapped like that, like 6 hanger. He said, you are the man now of the house because your father has traveled. You think that you can just enter here and speak anyhow? Come. So when you say this elder sister will go down and hold the cane,
No,
my mother will leave the cane and hold you with her hands. My mother is huge. She's not small. So don't forget that thing that I'm saying that as long as she's the parent, you have to listen. That is how it is in our African tradition.
I know besides our African tradition, I don't know. It's like I don't know. Maybe this our generation something else, but our parents, man, those people are powerful. I don't know.
Yes.
Like
Oh,
I
hold on, hold
remember
on.
throughout primary school.
my mother pinned you her leg like this, so you cannot run when she's
Like I
eating. She
remember
just puts her
throughout
leg like
primary
that.
school,
I
if a
was
teacher was
small.
to hit me and then inflict, be it a bruise or what, she doesn't. You can beat her child, yes, but she doesn't want to see a bruise. Something
Yes.
of that sort. Like my mother will come to school and take down 4 guys, and then I'll stand there asking myself, "Na me what the plan say one so I go hold you go." I said, "I go feet."
But
Instead of taking down 4 guys, this other time there's this primary school teacher who took my junior brother's book, the one my mom bought, then sold it to another student. So my mom now was coming to school, then somebody stood at the window and was like, say, John Clinton's mother is coming. Then I was like, tell your mother that I'm not around, tell your mother that I'm not around. Then my junior brother, when I stood in front of her, like, only my roommate face was like, Mom, he's hiding behind the door, he said, I should tell you that it's not there. You can imagine the fear.
Yeah.
The fear an African parent is still. Then there's the thing, they don't have to say anything. It's just that
They just
look.
look at you.
It's just that
Just
look.
that
You say
look is
everything.
enough.
Yeah, that look is
I mean,
enough.
if you had anything you're doing, you correct yourself. Just that look.
But you know that with our own African tradition now, you see in the US, there's always, as you were saying, there's always that I want to communicate with you, ask you what is wrong, or maybe you do something wrong and they'll say, like I watched one video and they told the child that hey, after 3 years, they're going to stand in your whether it's a punishment corner.
Your corner.
That's how
Punishment corner.
So there was a black American guy there. I think he was a Nigerian guy. So it was like a comedy skit. So he was like the disciplinarian. He came to discipline the child. So he asked the mother that, so what do you do when the child does something bad or maybe goes out of his or her way? She said, no, I'll tell her that go and stand at a corner and maybe I will not give her food for about 2 hours. The boy said, what? 2 hours. He said, okay, I've heard. The guy took the child into a room. We only heard screams.
See? yeah.
We only heard screams. And when the child came back, the child was transformed. So I was like, oh yes, Africa will always win with those stuff.
No, I'll say with the disciplinary system, I'll say Africa will have to win because at some point in my life, let me say, during the Form 2, Form 3 days, yeah, I must have been overstimulated to some level. So my mom, she had this thing where, okay, I will no longer give you money to go to school. And before then, primary school, I had to stay in Kumba. That was primary 5 and 6 with my uncle.
Yeah.
That kind of house, I was there was sharp. I born on my plantain chop self go me school.
Normally.
So hard life, So when I came there, I was like, then for a punishment, should be like, I know give money, make go. So in my mind, it was just like, that easy.
Easy
So
system.
like I stayed for over a year, and then she was like not giving me dough to go to school, and it didn't really have that effect on me. But I think that would really have a great an American child. Man, take away the allowance, Ben, you can
Say
kill them.
I'll ground you and seize your credit card.
Take you with the
But the
allowance.
thing
you
is,
can
it's not
kill them.
only parents that discipline children now. My elder brother was the majority person in the house that was always disciplining
Yeah,
me.
that's what
My
I'm
mother
saying.
flogs me once. My elder brother can flog me like 15
In
different
the
times.
African home, even your neighbors
It
are
doesn't
allowed
even
are allowed
care
to
if you're
discipline your ass.
delicate or not, like you're sick.
Even
or
a stranger is allowed to
That-
discipline
that-
your
that's
ass.
child
Yes.
abuse.
And then if your mother is coming, they'll be like, he did this. Then from the minute they haven't done talking, say,
Your
some
mother
two
continues to
points.
Yes.
There's not MMA fight first.
You see a situation
Some
where
two get
where
pass.
where maybe two children are fighting, maybe they are playing football. There are two boys are fighting because maybe the one don't match me and talk sorry or that type of thing. Then like a stranger is passing and then see you both fighting and discipline you put there and there. It's not about asking where is their father. It's crack.
Ah.
Bah, bah. What are people doing? Because fighting can lead to any when you see children start fighting at a very young age, then you allow them to grow with that mentality. It becomes something else when they grow up. They might now take it out to join a gang, to start holding guns. But if you start cracking them from that time to know that fighting is not good, and when you ever fight,
There's
either
someone
it's
who's going to-
cane
yeah.
or it's crack. There was a teacher that used to crack somebody until your horn used to come on the head now.
But if for the fighting part,
Yeah.
you remember you go to school and your friend probably beat you and then you can't come back to your mother. Your mother will be like, why did you not fight back?
No, it's not all mothers.
How you want to
Mom
can make
would
a make how you want to make a make the nose they beat you.
No,
You know shame.
now.
No,
No,
that's the shit.
no.
Ah.
If you guys are guys now.
That
Me,
is true.
I'm not used to physical violence. So when they'll beat me, I'll run to either my mother or my elder brother and I'll be like, they're beating me. My mother will actually that you like you're first of all taller than that person. Why are you not fighting? You have to come and tell me. So it brought in that zeal of you beat me, I beat you. But I did not actually grow that mentality because I believe in the sense of peace. We can actually resolve things without necessarily fight. But there was a time where I got beaten up mercilessly because I fought in school and I had a wound and I tore my uniform. I came back instead thinking that my mother would be proud of me that
Of course,
you defended yourself something. Man, I got flogged to hell.
If it's only for hand,
Jesus
you remove the
Christ.
uniform and fight.
And they went back. That's what my mother told me. That's what she told me.
You remove it and fight, and as long as it's my money that I've paid, don't enter there. It's not something that you should joke with.
But I don't know. Is this system really the best? To be beaten up like that?
Black man
Style, I know, but
Black man style is
The thing is,
There
the black
are
man
more other
disciplinary,
ways
the
to
black man
punish you now.
disciplinary system is more like a military kind of discipline.
they can send you to
Then
the farm
the
to go
Western
and
world is kind of
raise
like the
you know.
therapy,
Charcoal,
like kind of
it's
the
called
therapy
one of
session.
the-
The
Not
word.
really that you can go and till the soil or you harvest goods and bring back like for a long distance. Now that's also punishment now. This hard labor must they necessarily beat you or crack you?
Man, there was discipline in
No,
all forms. When I was in primary 2, I had to school in a village for a year, and there was this thing with my grandmom. You wake up in the morning because the school at that time you have to do roll call at 7 at the dot. If you're not present for roll call, like yeah, punishment. A village no village first of all, they first of all have that mindset everybody is strong.
Mm-hmm.
So when one beat you, they need sorry you. They first
Yeah.
say no, they begin a farmer them. Yeah, so they beat you mercilessly. So it was that system where you could leave the house, run, and even go to school just to go and do that. Then you come back to the house. Then my grandmom, when you leave for break, you see people leave for break. You find other kids going to their houses to go and eat and all of that. No, not in my grandmother's house. When you leave for break, you follow her to the farm.
What?
As you reach farm, you hold a 4 hip. As you finish your own 4 hip, you punch up the day, go chop.
So there's work before food. Even
Yeah.
Whatever she's doing, you have your own portion. As soon as you complete the work, break is an hour. So know how you distribute an hour for your work and your feeding. As soon as you're done with that, you can get back to school. But if you're not working, man, there's no food. If you leave and go to the house, there's nothing for you. That's some other form of discipline. But I think in a Western village, that would be looked upon as child abuse. I think the child will even have the right to
You're stopping the
Go
go
child.
to the
Cops on
government
you.
and cops or
Stop
the
the
police
child from
and to go and
eating.
say,
There's this story.
like, you
It's
want
something-
to call police for your power here.
No,
Policeman
no,
is there for
Police
that
man
name, it is
start
that
beating
big
you.
too.
no,
Before you
but
reach-
I say the person that uncle and your papa say no, but papa say feel very enter that self.
Sit there, yeah.
Give us his number.
Yeah, give us his number. I say
It is
is
this
this
me there
Mr.
a pack cam, he get a pipe belt. Yeah, apparently you two now before you take una good house first.
Better you vote for that police.
Then that police is just that one for the police people to see because they really want to be in the house. They really late ever for us now.
Yeah, it's always at home, but all this discipline must have a child.
It's a double crime.
No, there's this story that I got from online. One young child, she's a white, he called the police on his mother saying that his mom has beaten him because his mom has beat. He just said his mom has beaten him. So when the two police guys came there, the guy was like, "Ma'am, is this your son?" He said yes. Is this your mother? The child said yes. So he now asked her what happened. The child said, "No, my mom was molesting me. My mom was beating me." He asked the mother that what happened. The mother told him that he has been skipping school, his grade has been going down, so I tried to discipline him, and then he called the cops. So the policeman was like, he was a white. So that one was like, even in our own African setting, and maybe out of our African setting, they still that discipline. The policeman pulled the child and brought him in and said, "Young man, let me ask you something. Who told you that I can call the cops anyhow?" He said, "No, my friends told me that when my mother beats me, I can." He said, "Are you crazy?" He said, "If it was my mother, you'll be saying that in the hospital bed. you're not standing down and saying that I've seen." He told the child to be very clear. If I hear anything again from you that you're reporting your mother because she has disciplined you, I'm going to come here, use my belt, and beat you well.
So to
I
some
have a similar
extent,
story to that. I have a similar story to that. My mom's friend.
Wait first.
Pardon.
For disclaimer purposes, I beg. When you hear cops, we mean a police. Cops na police, I beg. I go check, say we talk na bayangi police, they work out cops. The cops is the police, please.
Alright, I have a similar story to that. Mine was my mom's friend who, a Cameroonian who got married to a white, so he gave birth to children abroad in the US. So the children were naughty as, they're very naughty, they're disrespecting their father, they talk back to their mother and stuff. So my mother's friend now just organized that they should come for a vacation to Cameroon.
Hey, straight.
And they should come to vacation, they should see where their father is from. So when they came now, they traveled, the children were only making noise and disturbing their parents and talking back at their parents thought they are only on their phone, social media and stuff. So the minute they arrived at Cameroon airport, one of the child responded to Dad, I'm hungry. Where the is the restaurant here? The father was like, "Are you mad?" Slap the child. The child was like, "Jesus Christ, Dad, you slapped me. I'm calling the cops on you." He said, Call. Then it was like, "Cops, police, come. This my father hit me." The police was like,
What?
"We're in Cameroon, no."
Yeah,
We're in Cameroon. Everything's possible here. We beat for discipline.
There's a similar situation with my own family. It was my uncle. He had, I think, 3 children. 3 of them were abroad. Or he gave birth to all of them there. So they started having that behavior of, no, they cannot listen. Because his uncle and my father's uncle are true African men. There's nothing like call the cops. There's nothing like if I tell you something,
You
it's
have
how
no-
you feel.
you have no room for
You have no room for negotiation. It's what I say that you have to do.
It's like a terrorist takeover.
Yeah, they
The
don't
terrorists
ask
tell you,
question.
this is it or you die.
So what happened was the children were wayward and that. So my father, they were discussing with my uncle and they were like, "Okay, let's bring them over to Cameroon. Let's invite them over for vacation." They came now and they have been here since. They are not gone back. What my uncle told them was that they are not going to go back till I think it was advanced level, till they finish advanced level and maybe it's time for university. That's when they are going to go back, so that they can spend I think it's from is it class 3, class 4, they were young. So they spent, I think, about 7 years here.
that's enough to straighten
Yeah.
you out. It's enough to straighten you out.
You don't talk back to.
It's enough to.
I've never spoken back to my father. Never.
Hey, nah. I want death sentence now. The father-
Never. No, that means there is no. Even if you're angry, we only go and cry on our mother and tell her, "No, daddy has done this, daddy has done this, daddy has done this." Maybe our mother will know her way to go and tell her father. But there's no way that it's time for her father to challenge him. Are you married?
Nah, it's his house. When he speaks, you listen. That's a simple truth.
Maybe your mother can even stand and even beg your father, "No, don't beat him, this and that." But if it's where my father stands, where it ends, my mother takes it and continues to
Yeah,
tell
and
me.
if you notice, if you're stubborn to your mother, she calls your father because she knows that you cannot do anything from that point.
Yeah.
That's where you stand and you be like, anything that's happening here, I'm taking it.
Although
Really,
not-
you see it.
although not talking about that whole loss. Because I grew up in a single parent with my mom. She was,
Exactly, I
she was a
myself
military
too.
overseer.
She was everything, both father and
Everything.
mother.
In fact, it was like the female part you see in the kitchen, but everything else, no, she
male.
did it like the male way. Even guys in the quarter, like you disrespect, she will beat. Like you see guys, she will hold you and beat you up.
Mama, me then, I don't understand.
No, that woman, they was
I
if she
don't
take today,
understand.
she
It
take
is-
today, so I give place.
So, your survival tax has been on top years old.
Now
Very high.
No, they don't. They know that. They know that. They like me. I'm like one of her. I'm the only son of my mother. Yeah, I'm the only son of my mother. So when she wants to discipline me, there's nothing like. She knows that if something has to happen to her husband now, maybe I'll be the one to really step in and try to take it. So she does not want her son to go wayward.
And to point into discipline in Africa happens in many forms. Because when I was in primary 5 and 6, I had to go for holidays in Kumba at my uncle's place. And when it was time to return, only my junior brother was brought back, and they told my mom I said I was not going to come back. That I refused. I wanted to stay there. Meanwhile, that was not the case. I was crying to come back. Then beginning the year and all of that, things were not really going smoothly.
Yeah.
Man, it was rough. Like my uncle's wife, she did this catering home service. Or go to sleep about 1 a.m., wake up about 3, and I was only in primary 6 at that time. And I'll call my mother to lay complete. She will be like, Boris, yes, not training. Boris, you are not training. Yeah, African. But I think that can never happen in a West.
No,
No,
way.
it cannot.
How?
Cannot.
But she was like, yeah, not training. Or even at times she'll come and I'll show her scars. She'll be like, yes, not training. Jody take her. See, my first boy, Jody take her.
But the whites still have their own ways of discipline.
It got to a point when I came back, say, well, like, point of Form 3, she
What
was
you
like,
mean juvie?
Ju-
What they call juvie?
Juvenile
What they call-
Juvenile, yes, they
juvenile
send you
delinquents.
there. There,
They send you
they,
there.
they straighten you in the kind of way now. You do a lot of
and
hard
they
They
give-
give
labor and
you
stuff.
there. They give you
they
actual
talk,
military
talk.
training.
Training, yes.
They give you actual military training.
I'm asking, not to know rich people, not to know touch rich beating.
Nah.
They touch your
They
shoe.
don't like violence, so they give punishment.
But
You take a bunch of boys and put them in a prison and tell them that discipline them. They'll form some-
Don't form gangs, that's the thing.
No, listen, this is what happens in juvie. And I think this is what happens in juvie because I've seen some pictures of it. They take you there and in a form of transformation, every day they get you guys up very early. You do some runs. Like you can go and do 40 push-ups. You get to be climb some ropes. This kind of military training continuously every day. They yell in your ear for anything, one thing. You make a mistake somewhere, they yell at you. So they instill that authority of
Yeah.
the big person. When you're coming back home, you see the big person, you already have that mentality of anything that the person orders you to do, you're supposed to do it. Or you're going straight back there.
Now why man go check that one on man you put it for that people come up, you just check that na training or don't train.
Now why-
Yes,
now why-
yes,
now why-
yes,
now
yes,
why-
yes,
now
And now why
yes,
they mo- now why they
yes,
knock
yes,
you?
yes, yes.
Now why they man because the black man.
Yo, they give me 40 push-up every sharp. No, say, okay, let's say I will stay there for 2 months.
You
40
come back
push-up
like
every month.
this.
You understand, man? I'm coming back. I'm
I
looking so
come
jacked
back,
up.
I'm more forced to you than
Nah, man, now One Punch Man or Saitama. Saitama or the Enam.
But juvie actually works for them.
No, not in all cases.
It,
though.
I don't know,
It's a
it's what
50-50,
works for
it's
them.
50-50.
Yes,
yeah,
it's what
that's
works
just
for
to say
you.
that they have their own system, we have our own system. So it's, they have their own ways of discipline.
What's our own system? What have you been?
No, flogging now. What
You
they
don't flog
say?
with them.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
hang
but
you upside
your
down.
parents
Not
are
eat, you not eat today.
But now I think our young ladies they don't have that disciplinary and that disciplinary character.
Yeah.
That disciplinary spirit again because we're trying to copy the Western ways of disciplining children.
No, but me I still have it.
It's not about copying the
You still
Western
have
ways
it,
of
but the
discipline children.
ladies, like what you guys were saying, their mother was the tiger of the home, they were disciplining the children, they were the ones beating. But now the ladies are growing up with a soft-hearted heart that they turn to pamper their children rather than inflicting all those harsh punishments on them.
And the reasons for all of that is because why we are not trying to live. Back in the day, if our parents were living, if they were to do something, it was not like, how do I feel? What do I feel? It was like, okay, this thing I'm doing, does it promote the cultural interest, the societal interest? It was for the greater good of the society.
Yeah,
you were not looking at your household. No. Because if something was to go down, you're not the entire community was going to bring it down on you. So when they were raising kids, it was like, I don't like this thing, but because it's needed for a certain, it's a duty. So they were doing it based on duty. It was not what I felt or what I didn't feel. The mother knows she's a softling. The father knows he has to be very hard. The mother knows she has to be soft. The father is the authority. The female is the compassionate one and all of that. But these days we don't really have that, because if we were to try to follow those norms, we have to start first of all it has to be rooted in culture.
But children who have gone through all those experiences are facing a lot of, how do you say, emotional trauma, because they don't have basically anybody like father or mother that they can run and want express their feelings to. Like in a scenario of a girl, right? She probably went out and some guys molested her. She cannot come back to tell her mother or her father, because she knows very well they will beat her. Not for the guys molesting her, but for going out without letting them know.
That's what I'm saying. That is in this generation of now, because if we are talking about the strong one, those are our parents. Think they're not like that.
Could you talk to your parents about
having
something disturbing you?
right now.
Like,
No,
not
we
really
mostly
now,
we mostly
when
go
you're
to aunts, uncles.
or aunts, uncles,
Yeah.
because your parents will not really.
You know, sometimes our
It
mothers-
depends, but right now I'm at that point in my life where my mom is like my best friend. If I don't
Yeah.
tell her something, it's just a personal choice. I just but I'd rather tell her than tell anybody else, because there's this thing I know. If shit is to go down today, everybody can walk away, and she's the only person who walk into the flame.
Yeah.
Not thinking about if it's going to burn her or not.
But
So I'd rather tell her have a yell at me than someone else who I know will squirm the minute shit gets dark.
this is the relationship I had with my mom. My mom would discipline you, she'll give you the flogging you deserve, right? But after that, she'll put you down and you both talk about the issue. You talk about it, she gets your own point of view about it. She makes the environment convenient in a way that if somebody tries something dirty with you, you can talk to her. Even if she knows that you're at fault, that it should defend you from that person before disciplining you at home. But our parents back then, they'll flog you in front of the person, even if you are not at fault, they'll beat you there first.
Yeah, that's to remove shame. That's another thing that I've done.
You are traumatizing the child with that aspect.
Yeah, you get the word traumatized because you have watched many words.
You've watched many years before
We
that.
do
We
not
didn't
know
know
that.
those
That's
words
not what
existed.
No,
trauma
but
is.
that's not the
Like,
thing.
what-
Yeah, no, you have to understand. We didn't even know
Yeah,
such things
something
existed.
like trauma. We knew
Existed.
that.
I knew.
We knew that we only get angry and
Trauma is-
That's the thing.
You
Another,
trauma existed
no, we
because
knew
my mother
you
took
just
care
have to
very
get
well of my
angry.
mental health.
Maybe you refuse that you not eat. Then when after you refuse that you not eat for a while, you cry, wait for somebody to come and beg you. Nobody
Nobody
comes.
come and beg you.
You look left,
Okay,
you
you
look right.
For the food.
My
Go back and look for the
experience, my
food.
experience is that cry that you will not eat, and then you actually get petted there, like they pamper.
Oh, they did that.
the
to me.
papa is.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, good. Yeah, yes.
But that always comes after the beating. The beating
Nah.
must enter before any other thing is coming up.
Oh boy, my mom does not pamper. She pampers your ass, spanking. You pamper another ass.
Yeah, her own way of pampering is giving you food to eat and tell you that.
Yeah,
that oh,
giving you food to eat.
maybe
Then if you want to know,
when sorry,
if you want to know when she's pampering, then after you're done, she'll be like, you don't flop. You go chop someone.
Yeah.
Have you been in the situation where you insist on crying even after the beating and then it beats you some more?
That mostly happens with younger kids now, where they refuse to stop crying.
Yeah.
And then they beat you again.
Yeah. Adi.
Why? Why
you
did
start
you do
crying?
that? Why
They
would
send
you
you
do
to the
that?
room to cry. They tell them if I hear your voice, I'm coming to beat you again. So you're kind of like,
No, but I can't really say that about cry. I think
They cry and sleep.
yeah, that's it.
from a
But
very,
that's the best way.
from a very young age, I think from a
Put up your
very,
eyes.
from a very young stage,
Yeah.
this crying over pain, I think that thing left me, man. Like if you want me to cry, even up tonight, if you want me to cry, attack me emotionally.
Oh, soccer.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
like
it's difficult,
it's not
man.
pain that
It's difficult,
will
man.
break.
Class
If you do
6. In class
Like
6.
if it's pain, you can even take off my arm. I will shout, but nothing comes out. If it's not driven by an emotion,
Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
a question.
doesn't
I have a
work.
question. Why do you guys not show emotion? Like, why do you don't cry in front of them?
Emotion.
Why, ask yourself, why does her father not show emotion?
No, but seriously now.
No, let
we
me
know
explain.
that you people go.
Let me explain
through
it
a
to you
lot
this way.
of-
Let me explain to you this way. Here's the thing: if a female stands on the roadside and cries, 100 guys here, probably 99 will really want to go and ask what's happening.
What's wrong?
Maybe the 1% that will see and not go to ask is not because they don't care, it's because they're just scared of the way she might react. But inside, we really want to. But if you see a male crying, the first thing that comes to everyone's
don't
mind
craze.
is he's weak.
No,
You don't craze.
Moliko here,
You
they'll
understand?
say, nah, crazy, don't crazy.
Then they just have, they just know as a man. Everybody assumes as a man you're supposed to be strong.
Yeah.
You're supposed to bottle up shit, do all of that. So it's a defense mechanism. We know that what by not telling, by not giving you a lot of information, we appear more mysterious. And when we appear mysterious, that's what people want.
But you don't know. That's not okay. Most ladies want that. But most of the ladies want to feel that your pain when you really see
Nah, I will say this here. As a man, let a woman never fool you.
To tell you to cry.
Yes, let her never fool you
Because
into
majority of
to
time
get
it
you to go that
backfires very
emotional,
badly.
bro.
She packs you up into that her box of he's one of the weak men.
No, here's the thing.
Instantly.
She'll tell you she needs all these emotions, and then at the end of the day, if need be, she uses them against you.
Yeah.
Remember that like that. It's a self-defense mechanism you guys use.
No. What if I say that's a mindset that's been inbuilt in all of you men's head? That you are not supposed to cry in public because you seem weak, or women will use it against you. Have you actually tried to see the opposite? Like, there are some women who understand me.
Some, but that's now you should understand. The some is always a few.
So
it's never the majority.
You don't beat the sum.
Let me
beat the
That's
sum.
the thing. You never beat the
give you
sum.
one
Many
example.
of the majority before you want to meet one sum.
Let me give you one example. Look at this primary school situation. Maybe you they have put names of noisemakers, and there are girls and boys there. Maybe there's one boy there that's eyeing one girl that has a crush or something. You think that they'll beat that boy and will cry?
You know, cry.
What?
Ken soccer, Jogo start already.
Team
We started out to
But
show
this,
that
enter.
You Jogo start so you Jogo start with gonflex
So
you le mind they do
it can be similar to. I can relate it to animals the way they do their things, right? In a way, because you say the guy will not cry because he wants to show his strength. He's trying to portray strength. It's the same thing animals will do. They will not show weakness. They will show dominance in order to attract the females and get the females' attention better.
Like, which animal example?
Let me take an example of a lion. Lions normally do that.
Mm-hmm.
Any birds do that as well.
You ever see animal cry?
No.
Animal.
Rare, no.
Yes.
No.
Bird.
Yes, a
No.
donkey. I've seen a donkey cry.
They don't eat that.
Yeah, the donkey
Why
like-
was the donkey crying?
Cried.
Why
Like
was he
you
crying?
tear like
Yeah,
that.
beating
I don't know. I think the donkey was just being emotional. I was just thinking about his family.
You should say you don't watch that film too.
No, donkey like crying.
Okay, well, continue.
Donkey
Okay,
just missed
let's
his
look at
family.
discipline in Africa in terms of advice. How do you think they do it?
Advice.
Yes.
Well, they spank your like what my mother always
Nah,
say. You beat people left hand, call it about right hand.
Yeah, that's it. That's the formula. That's
Yeah.
just the formula.
Instead, in terms of advice, it's some sort of dictatorship. Like, they tell you, you are to do
It depends.
this.
It depends
and
on
you are supposed to
No,
do
it depends
this.
on
They-
No.
After a beating, right? It comes out. If they are to after the beating when you have tried very well, no, it's not
We are
dictatorship.
looking at this.
It's more of like the my mom will be like, you know, say me and no life will beat you. Baby, you understand?
You don't
Trying
make
to
a
get
man beat
the
you.
emotion, trying to get into your
Yeah.
head emotionally. Try to, and then by the end of the day, you're not focused on the fact that she beat you. You're more focused on the fact that what, no, she loves me. She's doing this because, and you're more focused on the fact that what, she's hurt. Like you don't beat me, I don't cry, so I don't finish. But you still can hold me emotionally again. Bring me, make me. I feel guilt. Like I feel guilt.
I think
This
what
on
he's
top.
saying is that aside from the beating side, how do parents discipline their children with advice?
I think they advise us mostly when we were grown up. Because I don't think when I was between, because you know you can only remember a bunch of maybe for 5 years if you are too intelligent. You have some instances that I can remember. So I don't think I can remember maybe till 15 or is it 14 and my father actually said something like a life advice. Though you can do this, my son, when you're doing this type of thing, take care of the type of bad friends you involve when you're going to school.
Okay.
Yeah, you those type of things.
So from a grown-up's perspective, that's when the Western world and the African world can come together and say it's similar to how they do.
Yeah.
No. Very
not
different,
really.
very
It's
different.
very
In the
different.
Western world, let's say if a child is 10 years old, right, and the parent is to discover that what he has a crush or is crushing on a girl or a girl is crushing on him,
Mhm.
They'll
just by noticing that they'll sitting down, hey son, they'll start looking for you to bring her
that
home
girl,
to
yeah.
include. You understand that? So they give you that mindset of bring it to us.
But it's
Yeah,
not all
we
parents
want
in the Western world.
Yeah, but
Don't operate.
Those military parents don't do that.
Yeah, no.
They say you touch my daughter, you're dead.
In Africa here, yeah,
But in
man,
Africa-
let's
but in
hear.
Africa home-
When they even hear
In Africa,
me,
our parents will advise you, but the thing is, the problem is they are too either exaggerative or exclusive about certain things. Normally, we know how certain things will be like. We'll be like, here's the way they advise you. You carry belly, you go come on my house. It's an advice. That's the way they give you advice.
Yes.
Just carry belly, you go come on my house, you go stay with you and the boy.
So if you don't want to leave, don't
Yeah.
carry.
So they've just told
I think
they've just told
my
you
mother
what
told me
you
that
do.
way at one time. She was like, you can't get belly now. You come out school can't take care of. Say I'm not carrying any child in this house.
My
Then
mother
the way
told
they
me
tell you
that
about
if I touch a boy like that, I'll get pregnant. I should not even cross the doorstep of her house. So it just made me to be like,
that way if you touch a boy like that.
no, she was trying to scare me now. When I
okay.
reached my
I thought-
puberty age, she was like, if you touch a boy like this, you get pregnant. So maybe I was
see, and I
like,
mean, I proved that.
Yeah.
Give me advice not work because he touch him. Where is he touch on the touch him? Where he the touch him? The touch him. Mommy, I hope you're watching. Mommy, watch your daughter.
That particular aspect, at least she knows the ratio at which the touching is supposed to go down.
Yeah.
Or it's-
And
Ratio
now-
na mathematics.
Who's the issue?
no wait, wait. Actually, now I know what she meant by that. Actually, now I know what she meant by that.
Really?
Really? Okay, wait. She knows what she mean by that. That means they don't get pregnant.
No,
You understand?
No way.
She knows.
I want to know how she knows.
She knows.
Because
There's understanding and there's understanding.
nah,
There's
Understanding what
she
way.
understands deeper now what the mother meant not to. At that point, you'll be okay.
because
Let's think
You don't
about the
taste all
child's
the element of
perspective.
what
The child's
you don't
perspective.
You don't explore all the element of what you don't eat.
Hey,
That chemistry was it covalent or metallic body?
the both.
Yeah, okay. They made watch you. Don't look
Sit trouble with the man. Aye.
Eh?
Eh.
Yeah, the record.
continue what you're saying.
Anyhow, let's look at discipline now on African's perspective in terms of, let's say, religion.
That's also one interesting thing. Sunday, if you never woke up from bed for go church, your mother is dragging you by your ear now.
See.
Well, I was not
You-
really.
Nah,
raised
guy, I
in
was not
that
forced to go to
system.
church.
I was not forced to go to church.
Eh?
I was
I
not forced to go
wasn't.
to church.
Tell them.
And my mom, you were not forced to go to church, but it does not mean that they were not looking at you. My mom will be like, she's just looking. And she looks at the time, past 9. I want to go up and I come home and say, I lock my door. Yeah. Whether they were going to church or not, they were staying outside. She locks her door and she
So
closes.
that was an excuse for.
Of course. I would say with my mom, everything really depended on your psychology. Because my mom have 3 kids. That was my elder sister, me, and my junior brother. Because I remember quite when my elder sister was even in the third year in the university, my mom would like cane her mercilessly. She and her friend would want to go out after 8 p.m. My mom would be like, "You're not going anywhere." And
She was staying in the house.
no, like come up boy, I come for family house.
okay.
Like maybe delay. That's no joke.
No,
Yes.
but when enter family house, you know, say you give for respect careful, you know.
rules.
No
Yeah.
strictly late. Like, but when you see my job right up to now, there are certain privileges he doesn't get, but I have gotten them. My mom is on your psychology. She does whatever she's doing, but she expects that what you as an individual you should grow and should be reasoning. The way you approach her is the way she takes you. And to some extent, that even got my junior brother to some extent. He used to think my mom loved him better than loved me better than she loved him.
Yeah.
It was just up to recent where I asked, normally growing up in a house where you have brothers, especially direct follow back must not fight now.
Yeah.
So irrespective
My
of
junior
that
brother was my
system.
arch enemy,
But
like a nemesis. That Batman, Batman Joker kind of vibe.
Siblings always
Yeah.
fight. Siblings always fight.
That kind of Batman Joker kind of vibe, but now it's like if she does say 1 week I don't see it. And it means the man not I even put him screen wallpaper for my phone. I'm like, but 2-3 years ago, Master is like my enemy.
Cut and
You
right.
want picture every day on my phone. I just see picture on my phone, so I just have vex about delete them.
but my own discipline that I
Yeah,
got,
that's
the-
true.
the own
It happened even with my kid sister. I do not want her to do anything close to my phone. Image, don't touch my feelings. I don't want to see you on it.
Yeah, because your mother was favoring your mother.
No. The thing is, she'll take my phone and take 50 pictures. Fill my space on my phone.
See, we use your offering by Alaska.
But here's no, man. Honestly, what was it?
Tell me say
What was
never
it?
chop your
Reason.
offering go to
What was it?
church.
Okay, going to
No,
church at that
me I
point.
used to try and a half. I know.
Okay, let's say 50, you understand? You change at 25.
Yeah,
You go
yeah,
one
yeah,
side.
Mama-
But even if I don't change at 25, now at least on step, they will go 10 francs and they will never lap for us.
Yes.
I go now, I go pick that 10 francs, I pick my 2 10 francs, that's 20 francs. At least I'm going to go make my extra basket. So, but you like you, there's the old man, you go pour for the you are your
She
shit.
don't-
Yeah, you are-
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
God.
yes.
I know that.
Oh,
And it goes on the school, they bore me to that to a certain extent. They do that thing, they sing, they clap, they bore me. So I just think my wound so I come outside. As the whole of the church time, I'm outside there. One Alaska, 1 year, one Alaska, 1 year, one gato, and I'm eating like that. That's not the other one. There are gangs outside like that. I'm sitting outside waiting for my
You
friends to
and my
come.
boys.
yeah, oh, hairfire.
Oh, we are the boys.
Yeah, oh, hairfire and swimming. So you swim,
No,
you
I did
swim
not
and
see
swim
the
and
inside.
lava.
It was boring.
You
So
swim,
when I was
so it's
very
a lava
there,
and swim.
They slightly
Who told you that
had
church
to go
supposed
to
to be
the
interesting?
they slightly each had to go to the big church. I always go there because I felt like this is where I was supposed to be. I felt like I belonged there.
No, see, but
Understanding was from there.
More face honest truth, more face honest truth. From the ages of, I think, 12 to maybe 17, 18. Boys. The favorite thing, the best part about going to church on Sunday is we see chap them.
You see girls, yeah.
We see
and
chap.
first-
No,
The worst now holiday is the boarding school young is on come back. Is Sunday na back to back, you need miss church.
Oh, man.
So that's people's own way.
No, everybody knows what I'm talking about. I don't know about the girl, but everybody knows what I'm
Is
talking
that
about.
true? Is that true? Okay.
Everybody knows what I'm talking
That
about.
was if I was even in church.
Why are you?
Honestly.
I thought you said you were in church. You're not. You're no more in church.
No, it depends because there are times when I would go but I'll not be in church. I'll either stay in the house or I'll go but I'll not be inside.
So that time you used to eat their gato outside, like the girls just pass the
Pass their father and close them to now.
Hey, you're in trouble,
Yes,
young
ma'am.
man.
You see there.
Then you see them now, you don't see them or what?
Okay.
No, but I
yeah.
think discipline in Africa is really getting.
Boy, right in
It's
school.
going out of. It's phasing out with the new generation.
We are,
It's fair now, yeah, with the
we
new
are
generation.
learning that violence is not
Phase.
always the answer.
It's not about the
It's not about the
violence.
It's
not
the
about that.
results.
The problem is that what
produce.
there are certain things, in order to promote a belief, right? They say every knowledge has its discipline. Every knowledge has a thing. Even the discipline in Africa itself has its own discipline, and its own discipline are the morals it comes with, like
Yeah.
from culture to everything and that. And just the fact that what this generation, first of all, in fact, the culture is dying with this generation.
Yeah.
The disciplinary system can never be the same. Because our disciplinary system is mostly centered around culture and religion. Religion is already going out. We see it going out the window.
Yeah.
Culture is already going out the window. I'm
I'm
not
not sure really go that far out of the window because it's Africa.
Yeah, it's going to. Yeah. I'm not a Christian, though.
Yes, but
It's going out.
how
The thing
many-
is,
how many youths do you see going to church in Moliko? I know most
It's
of
not
them
like
go-
before.
Most of them go, but there are some that stay at home.
That's the
At least, but at another point in time, most of them go and they're just going just to fulfill them.
the thing is, religion is actually losing its grip right now on Africans because at first, let's say, 50% went to church, 50% didn't go to church. The other 50% who didn't go to church, it was not because of any, just
Yeah,
because maybe they were tired walking or something.
Yeah.
But right now, if you were to sit and ask that same 50% why you're not going to,
They'll just be like,
they'll convince
they'll
you.
be like,
No, I mean, some actually convince you.
why do I go to church?
Like, they'll give you valid reasons. Some will take the Bible and put it down, like, break and down, tell you how you're not fine. I mean, to that level, you say we should also you feel guilty.
Yeah.
So, I would say it's really losing its grip on,
It's really
on Africans.
Yeah.
And that grip today, in fact, once they were really confused, they tell us say the religion they go, culture they go. There's some part to some people that they reinforce the culture too.
But that's how it has to be now. There has to be the fight of pulling it, trying to bring it back so it does not really go anywhere.
Because I, for one, I'm a cultural person. Yeah, I'm really a cultural person. That's like if you look even on my neck, I have this thing. You will never see this metal.
Watch,
Yeah, I don't do those metal things. No, that's a watch. Yeah, that's a watch is normal. But on my neck, to me, it's just like it's a representation. Wherever I go to, just by seeing this, you know, I'm African. If somebody is to see a relic,
only I call yourself will give you a million.
you understand? I'm going to give me
You
away.
must see like
No, but if you see man and that micro for it has.
yeah.
Now like, no fool yourself. Now like, no
Oh,
sure.
because I use my accent.
What you accent?
Huh?
But use that boy.
Martin,
Yeah.
you know, man score in it. Wagwan.
You go to take and put you inside prison. You understand?
So, guys, you were tuned into the Young Landmine podcast, YLM. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And if you enjoyed the video, please tell us what part of the video you enjoyed. Please, if you have a topic you think we can discuss on, please put it on that. We would love to see what you
Please go easy on the comments. So
True. I beg, don't blast us.
No blast, especially man. So
Yeah.
And the
Yes.
one.
Do what you see his hair? Please blast this topic. The hair should be the
I
topic.
can take it. You see, hey, come on, show more than Brazil.
Voila. See, I see don't start as on una just continue. So
Black
you
shit,
enter.
black
If you check out in the last episode, he hair be there plenty. You don't go cut that all. Una blast it on top.
No, man, I know my fine
See you
man.
guys next time.
You get a ball basketball. That's it for us. Peace.